From the beginning of this conflict, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his government have offered several reasons why he launched airstrikes and sent troops into Gaza. The main reason, a new round of Hamas rocket attacks on Israel. Hamas leaders said they launched them to avenge the murder of Palestinian teenager Mohammed Abu Khader. Israeli authorities say a group of Israeli men had killed Khader as payback for the kidnapping and murder of 3 Israeli teenagers in the occupied West Bank. Netanyahu blamed Hamas for the teens' deaths. But now Israeli police say they have no evidence Hamas leadership ordered the attack, and they consider the 2 Palestinian suspects lone actors. Then, the tunnel network beneath Gaza became the reason. The military says it must destroy the network before it can declare its campaign a success. Netanyahu and others have suggested that they, quote, could have been opened in our communities, inside kindergartens or dining halls, and the results could have been deadly. However, there's no evidence that the tunnel network actually reaches well into Israeli territory. In fact, an independent investigation was launched earlier this year because the Israeli military knew about it for a decade and yet had done nothing about it. Finally, no one doubts Hamas has been firing rockets on southern Israeli communities, but Netanyahu suggested on U.S. television on Sunday that the attacks have been non-stop.
If you had 2,500 rockets falling on your cities, if you had terror tunnels dug underneath your border to reach your kindergartens, if you had attacks by land, by sea, and by air, of course you take action.
But according to Israeli military intelligence, Hamas doesn't have many rockets left to fire. At the beginning of the war, the military says it had about 9,000 rockets and has fired 2,300 of them across the border. Israeli airstrikes have destroyed another 3,700 on the ground in Gaza. That leaves Hamas with about 3,000 rockets and no easy way of replenishing its arsenal. There's no denying Israel has every right to fear an organization that has vowed to destroy it, but many suggest that it's rhetoric and what many consider the widespread and indiscriminate damage across Gaza are hurting the credibility of Benjamin Netanyahu's government at a time when it's looking for international sympathy and support. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.